Welcome to the back of the shop at Motorsports. My name is Rich. Today I'm going to talk about the difference between tube type tires and tubeless. Professor Obvious would say, well, the tube type takes a tube and the tubeless doesn't. Actually, there's quite a bit more than that. If you get a tube in a tire and you get a nail through it, obviously it's going to pop the tube. So you're going to have a rapid, catastrophic loss of air. On a street bike, that's not good. The good news is you can replace the tube and the tire will most likely be okay. You just remove the injury. If it's a glass injury, you'll see a jagged edge, and you're going to have to fish out the glass. And it looks like a little fissure, but that's kind of rare. Tubeless tire. So I want to tell you that this is not from a book, this is from my experience. The vast majority of motorcycles that come in here with a flat tire on a flatbed are tube type tires. And they're usually in the rear, and there's a reason for that. And now you take a tubeless type tire, it looks the same, but actually it's not. The construction of it, you'll see right here, has this bead right here is actually different on a tubeless type tire. This area right here actually seals the air inside the tire. On a tube type, this doesn't seal any air at all. All the sealing is done with the tube. This little profile right here, this little feature, actually works with a tubeless type rim, which I'll talk about next week. But right here is where it seals. This is called the bead chafer. So how does a tubeless tire hold air without a tube? Well, it has an inner tube. It's right here, called the inner liner. It's sort of vulcanized in there, synthetic rubber. It's soft. If a projectile goes through the tire, that soft inner liner will actually grab around it and prevent a catastrophic loss of air. Typically, it would lose 10 pounds overnight or something like that. So in other words, you have time. You have time to fix it. Whereas with a tube type tire, no, you can't. Interestingly, this is not from a book, this is from my experience. Most of the motorcycles here, like I just told you, come in here with flat tire, that tube type. They're also in the rear. Why would that be? On a street bike, the front tire actually picks up a projectile and aims it towards the rear tire, and then it goes flat. Flat tires on the front of motorcycles, in my shop experience, are very rare for that reason. So I remember motorcycles of years ago used to have a little valance on the front fender that would prevent projectiles from coming up. They don't really do that anymore. Some customers added a mud flap or a fender flap that helped deflect anything that the front tire will throw up away from the rear tire. So a tubeless type tire, we don't repair those. If there's a piece of glass in here, forget about it. It's ruined. If there's a nail in there, by the way, if you see a nail in a tubeless tire, don't take it out. Just leave it in there until you can have it tire replaced. We don't fix these tires. And I personally like tubeless tires for that reason. That they hold air. As a matter of fact, when tubeless tires first became popular about 35 years ago on motorcycles, as a technician, they told us when a machine comes in for service, look for projectiles in the tire because the customer won't notice it, and they didn't notice anything about that machine. So you can have a nail sticking in there, and it's only losing 10 pounds a day or 5 pounds a day. The customer may not know it, but you need to tell them. And that is basically the difference between a tube type and a tubeless. There are differences in the rims, I'm gonna cover that next week. And so that's it for now, guys.